transition. So we have in that slide a summary of the new configuration that apply to that solution. First of all, the data plane. So this apply for all layer 2 connectivity across Fabric. So that must be applied on border VTEP and on the border leader. Remember, so this is the transition between the intra VXLAN tunnels, which were in orange color in my slide, to the blue inter Fabric VXLAN. So this is that knob. Inside the VPN configuration, you enable dynamic VXLAN tunnel. And that's between the iBGP broadcast group to the eBGP broadcast group. So this is the new command. Then the control plane part, we have the next stop self that is required on all the borders to peer to the route reflector. And for that, this is the new command in the EVPN address family inside BGP. So typically, you will set up that to the spine route reflector peer group that you configure to simplify your configuration so that you can apply that on all the neighbors that are the route reflector spine on your border VTEP. Next is the route map that is required on the border leader, not on the border, regular border, but border leader VTEP for sites that feature multiple Fabric. So for those sites, the border leader would have to apply a route map that is an outbound route map that is to all the other borders, and that route map consists in the following. I will match for the sourcing autonomous number, and if there is a match for that route that is sourced by this autonomous number, I will reset the next hop IP with the IP address of the remote VTEP, the border remote VTEP of that Fabric, sourcing that route. So, and I will do that for all the Fabrics. So you can imagine if I have 3 sites, this is easy. If I have 30 sites, it starts to be a bit complex. So that's why we are going to improve that, that in the future. Do not forget permit sequence at the very end so that everything is flooding after for the local Fabric. So that's the summary. Next is something that I touched before is the router MAC consideration. So remember, we talked about next hop IP, that is rewrite. However, remember, there is a router MAC that is associated as a BGP attribute of the NLRI for BGP to for the destination MAC in order to route the traffic. So that information needs to be rewritten as well. So rewriting the VTEP next hop IP induce rewriting that router MAC information. If we do not perform that rewrite, the VXLAN source IP and that associated virtual MAC might not be consistent. So this is why what I show you here. So those information come from the BGP RIB cache information in order to build the adjacency RIB to reach the remote VTEP. So if you do not rewrite the router MAC, this is what might happen. And then it might lead to traffic drop. So that table here is constructed based on the last received NLRI layer 3 VNI update that is received, which indicates per VRF the router MAC that needs to be used for a given remote VTEP. So typically here for VRF1, that remote VTEP should use this router MAC. So for this VTEP receiving that, that information, for L3 VNI, for the VRF corresponding to L3 VNI 100,001, it should send the destination MAC being that value with 07. And any route update will update that table. So it means that any type 2 or type 5 route update coming from the remote border VTEP will update that. So if that remote VTEP does not override as well correctly the router MAC, it might screw up that table and you get dropped. So that's why we have to take care about how to make sure that there is consistency and this router MAC is properly replied. So luckily, the next stop self feature for the one that is using for external BGP, which is natural, nothing to configure, and the one for iBGP next stop self, in addition to replace the next stop IP for the EVPN routes with self IP, will also replace the router MAC extended community of the EVPN routes. So there is no CLI command for that. It's automatically done. So I'm diving into details so that you understand clearly how this is being made. Another optimization that we have to consider is that the type 3 routes that you have local to the fabric, for instance, to build the tunnel between the VTEP 3 and VTEP 4, those routes are unnecessary for the other sites or the other fabric. So, and we actually do not want to receive those routes because we do not want to build unnecessary VXLAN tunnels. So there is absolutely no need to re-advertise those EVPN type 3 routes to the other fabric. And there is no need as well to receive that from the external sites for the external fabric, so that the border here should not re-advertise to the route reflector the routes that are learned from the external border VTEP. So the type 3 routes that are exchanged on the between border leader are not needed neither. So there is an optimization process that is triggered through that external BGP next stop self. And again, you have nothing to do here. And this optimization is not triggered if you do any next stop change through the route map. So typically here, you see that here, when I send route type 3 here, you see that on that on the route reflector will send all the route type 3. Okay, so that's, for instance, it will send 2.5, which is that guy, and so on. However, the border, as you can see here, will not send those information. It will filter them. This is what you have here as an extract. So route reflector sending those internal type 3 information, but the border will not send those. Okay, it will just send the one that are typically local to that guy, or eventually the routes that he learned through the external BGP another sites. So if we do not have those filtering in place, so typically here what I did, I was not using the natural way of external BGP next stop self. I was doing next stop and change on purpose to show you what happened. So typically I would have those route type 3 still being sent. So in yellow here, these are ones that are not optimized without the next stop self. And if I use next stop self, they disappeared from those route advertisement. Again, if I do not use that next stop self, I will have undesired VXLAN tunnel created. And you can see that by a show interface VXLAN VTEP, where you'll see those commands here. It will be appearing like those tunnels being constructed between a border and a regular leaf inside the fabric. So this tunnel here that we show on NetEdit is undesired. We don't want that one in the solution. And this tunnel from that guy to this border is unwanted as well. So this is because of that type 3 routes that is sent. So be careful, type 3 routes is sent, which are unnecessary, will generate the creation of the VXLAN tunnel, unidirectional. Thanks to that type 3 optimization that is done with the next-op self, that is the natural way of doing things for external BGP, you get on NetEdit, you'll see that those tunnels that are between the leaf, regular leaf, and the border does not appear as expected. So, EVPN route map. So we saw that for multi-fabric sites, we have to apply a route map on the border leader VTEP. So the method that we already see was to match on the sourcing autonomous number and to have that route map apply outbound. Right, perfect. So we understand that this can be quite intensive for a large number of sites. But that's the method that is qualified for 1009. So you may think about other method, or the customer may think to other method. So pay attention that typically that could be if I do a next stop unchange and if I reset the next stop only for the local autonomous system. So on the paper, that works. However, if you do that, the router MAC replacement is not achieved. So again, the router MAC replacement that I was talking before is achieved through regular eBGP peering and next stop self IBGP command. It's not processed through that route map. So consequently, you will get discrepancy in the VTEP IP router MAC table, and you will get as well unoptimized type 3. So you will see those unnecessary VXLAN tunnel. So again, only the first method here is supported for 1009. I put some reminder of regular expression for ASPAS filtering in the slide, so that just you understand what it means, those regular expression used in the route map. And this one, you have examples of regular expression matching for autonomous system number. And here, this is what we use, okay? So the use for 1009 EVPN multi-fabric solution.